A very warm good evening to everyone. They say that if we can speak, we can influence. And if we can influence, we can inspire others. I always believe in this quote. Words, communication always have a great power. And if you can communicate and inspire others, what great thing it can be. So I'm Uma Natraj from Mysore. I'm a spoken English trainer and I have been in this field for the past 30 years. I'm a teacher by profession, and a Toastmaster since 1 year and also an IELTS certified trainer. I have taught more than 1,000 students in school and also outside. Nowadays, with the pandemic, I have started my online classes since 2 years. So through Zoom, I have been teaching housewives, students, and executives too. So teaching is my passion, and I always enjoy it. And connecting with people, I like that also. So wherever there are any webinars where I can learn, I also go and learn, because a person who wants to grow has to always upgrade his skills. You can never think that I know everything. Once you think like that, your growth stops. So always be a learner, and that has been my motto too. So this is my brief introduction, and I just want to start with a story of mine. It all happened in the year 1977. I was in Coimbatore and I had to come to Bangalore. I did not know Kannada. Kannada was a new language to me. And I knew only Tamil, English. And when I came to Bangalore, I had to learn Kannada. Kannada was a new language, and I was wondering, how will I learn Kannada? And luckily, I got a Kannada teacher who taught me the alphabets and all the Barakkadi, everything. Initially, I got only 0 marks in Kannada. And as the days passed by, I learned all the alphabets. And in 3 months, I was able to get at least 40 marks. I used to write the fill in the blanks and other things, match the following and one line answers. And very soon, I could read Kannada. I could also speak. I could understand what the teacher was teaching. And in 6 months, I scored 70 plus. And by the end of the year, I stood first in Kannada in the class. And my teacher made me proud in the school, saying this. Those days I was called Uma Maheshwari. So he used to tell, Uma Maheshwari has come from Coimbatore. She has learned Kannada and she has stood first in the class. So I became very famous in the school. So what I want to say here is, any language, if you want to learn, you should have that need. Need should be there, and that intense desire should be there. Like how I learned Kannada, if you want to learn English, you also should have that intense desire to learn. Whenever there is a need, definitely you will take the effort to go towards it and learn it. So that intense desire, if you have, definitely you can excel. Some people, they think that it is magic, but magic will not happen. You have to work for it. So I wanted to learn that language, and somehow I got a good mentor also. So getting a good mentor is also one of the important things. Many times we see children rattling away in English very fluently, and we wonder, how are they speaking so well? They are in LKG, UKG, and first standard, but they go to English medium school, and nobody teaches them grammar or anything, but they speak so fluently. How is it possible? So they say that the child goes on listening from the birth, and in case the parents are educated and they speak English at home, by the end of maybe 3-4 years, the child would have listened to so many words, and it would have imbibed those words. And finally, one day it makes small sentences, and suddenly it speaks out. And it is just by that subconscious learning that it is able to frame those sentences and speak. And the second thing is, the child is not hesitant about speaking. It is not bothered what others will think. Unlike elders, we are always bothered what others will think. What if they make fun of me? What if I make mistakes? So that nature is not there in a child. So if you want to speak any language, and especially English, since it is not our native language, you should be like a child. So have that childlike nature, and it is okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and only by making mistakes we learn. So that nature you should have. And when you are like a child, and when you are not hesitant, definitely you will go ahead and speak. Even if it is wrong, it is okay, but you should not repeat the same mistakes again and again. If there is a mentor or somebody to correct you, you will rectify yourself and you will start speaking correctly. Otherwise, if there is nobody to correct you, you will go on speaking the same things. Whatever you made mistakes, you will be speaking the same thing again. So it is always better to have a mentor or somebody who is better than you, who can correct you and tell you, see, here you're going wrong, and then you can correct yourself. So I would like to tell one more story here of King Robert Bruce of Scotland. It so happened that King Robert Bruce, those days, England and Scotland, they used to have a lot of fights. And in one such fight, Scotland, the King of Scotland, Bruce, he lost to England, and he felt very bad, and he went away to a cave and hid himself. And he was just pondering, why did this happen? Why did I lose in this war? What should I do? He was just thinking like that. And suddenly, as he was uh, sitting and pondering, he saw at the entrance of the cave, there was a spider which was weaving a web. And he let alone his thoughts and started watching the spider. So the spider was very diligently weaving the web. And as it was about to complete, suddenly, maybe the strength of the wax was not strong enough, the web broke. And Robert Bruce was wondering what will happen, but the spider did not give up. It started weaving the web again. So it went on trying a second time, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Even at the sixth time, when the web was about to complete, again a strong gust of wind blew and the web snapped. Still, the spider did not give up. It wove the web again, and in the seventh attempt, the spider succeeded in weaving the web. So, what do we learn from this story? That we should never give up. And Robert Bruce, he learned a wonderful lesson from this spider. He said, if a small spider can have this never give up attitude, what about a king like me? So he came out of the cave, collected all his soldiers, and he went and fought against England. And yes, you guessed right. Robert Bruce won the war. So that attitude of not giving up, never giving up, nothing is impossible. That attitude, if you have, definitely you can learn any language. If I can talk, you can also talk. There is no magic. It is only practice. Learn, practice, and implement. L, P, and I. That is the technique. Learn, practice, and implement. And you should have some group where you can practice. So wherever there are some groups, you can join there and see that you can learn from others and practice. And another thing is the LSRW technique, which you have to follow. That is, you have to listen, speak, read, and write. So only listening is not enough, only speaking is not enough, only reading is not enough, only writing is not enough. All four you have to do it together. Only then the growth of your communication will happen. Many times we just hear, we don't listen. For example, I will give you a small riddle to check how good your hearing is. You can type out the answers in the chat. Here is a small riddle for you. A monkey, a squirrel,
Should I unmute
and
them?
a bird.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
No,
Should
no,
I
they can
unmute
write.
everyone?
They can write it. No, they can write it on chat. They can type the answers on chat. Okay. Yeah. A monkey, a squirrel, and a bird are racing to the top of a coconut tree. Who will get the banana first? You can write the answers on chat, or if you know the answer, you can raise your hand. A monkey, a squirrel, and a bird. No one. Okay. Why? Why it is no one? Can you just explain? One of you, Gopal sir?
Gopal sir, I unmuted.
So it was correct. It was not a banana tree. It was a coconut tree, and you can't expect bananas. You can't expect bananas from a coconut tree. So you listened very intently. You were right. So listening is always very important. And coming to the interest that I got in teaching English, it so happened that my husband was in a transferable job, and my passion was teaching. Though I did science in my degree, and after doing B.Ed, I got married after a year of working in school. But when in a transferable job, there was no opportunity for me to join a school and teach, since every 2 years, 3 years, we used to be transferred. And then my husband also didn't want me to work. So what should I do? My passion for teaching was there in me. So what I did, since I studied in an English medium school, English came very naturally to me. So I thought I should, many places we were in semi-urban centers in Karnataka, and there the housewives were not very confident and fluent in speaking English. So what I used to do, I used to gather those people in my house and charge a nominal fee and teach spoken English to them. I created my own syllabus, and I used to teach them for the basic course for a month and the advanced course in the second month. And I used to ask them to write recipes in English and give them some activities. We used to have some cookery competitions and some debates, then small topics where they had to talk, role play situations. And slowly I started gaining confidence in teaching English to many. And very soon, wherever I went, I enrolled myself in ladies' clubs, and I used to impart my knowledge to others. And that is how my passion of teaching English started. So over these 30 years, wherever I was in different places in Karnataka, like Dharwad, Bijapur, Bangalore, and Belgaum, I enrolled myself in various clubs, and I used to teach people. And even in Belgaum, I had the opportunity of knowing how to teach English. Knowing English is different, but how to teach English, I learned there in an institute, and gained actually the experience as how you can teach English. And also I conducted a workshop in a nearby school in Belgaum in Chikalgud to parents. And by the end of the 3-month course, the parents got a lot of confidence, and they started interacting with the school people also. And the school gave it freely to the parents. And they were very happy that the parents had started interacting regarding their child's progress during the parents' meeting with the teachers. And the parents also relived their college days, and they were happy that they could improve their English skills. So this is the background of how I got interested in teaching English to others. And very recently, 1 year back, I enrolled in Toastmasters, and Toastmasters gave me a very good experience as how to improve my communication. In Toastmasters, you have those impromptu speeches and prepared speeches. So initially, I used to attend a lot of Toastmaster events, and I started participating in impromptu table topics. They are called as table topics, where you are given a offhand topic, and you have to speak on that for 2 minutes. So whichever session I attended as a guest, I started taking part in table topics and started winning certificates, and that gave me the confidence that I can speak confidently. So when I can speak, you can also speak. It is not magic at all. It is only with practice. So practice and more practice. So here are some tips for you as how you can improve your communication skills. You can note it down. So always what you can do is, whenever you start speaking, you start with a bang and end with a bang. That is my tip I always give to everyone. So whenever you start with a bang, means you start with a quote or a story, you can connect with the audience easily, because the audience are listening to you intently, and how to grab their attention, it is only through a story, and stories can very easily connect with the audience. So start preparing your own story bank. Any daily life incident, you can start noting, and whenever you're given an impromptu topic, if you have your own story or personal incident, if you can connect with that topic and talk, nothing like it. For example, I will just give a topic when I come to the story technique actually. So the first tip you can take is start with a bang and end with a bang. Then you can say that the first technique I can say is called prep technique. PREP. Prep technique means point, reason, example, point, reason, example, point. Means whenever you are given a topic, if you follow these 4 rules, you can easily connect with the topic and speak. Here's an example. For example, you have to speak to a reporter, and they say that reporters are very busy during the afternoon times. This is the point they have given. So you can take that as the main point, and you say the time of the day affects the receptiveness of the reporter to your call. Suppose you want to call a reporter, and the time matters a lot because he may be busy. So the question they have told is, what is the best time of the day to pitch a story to a reporter? Suppose you want to tell a story to a reporter, which is the best time? This is the question. So the point you say first is, the time of the day affects the receptiveness of the reporter to your call. And what is the reason for that? Because they are busy in the late afternoons in meeting their publishing deadlines. They will have their deadlines. So that they will be busy in the afternoon. That is why you can't pitch a story to them. They will not pick up your call. That is the reason. And you can give an example. For example, recently I called a reporter, Mr. Santosh, and he said he is generally busy during this time in the late afternoon due to my looming deadlines, because I have a deadline to meet. So I can't talk with you, and he just put down my call. So that you can give it as an example. And then again, you come back to the point and you say, that is why I avoid contacting daily news reporters during the afternoon. So any topic, if you can attack it in this way, in the using the prep technique, you can always tackle it easily. So you have to decide what technique you want to use. So I will be giving you some techniques. You can decide whichever technique you want to use. This is called the prep technique. That is point, reason, example, and then coming back to the point. This is the prep technique. Then the second one we call as the past, present, and the future. Suppose they give you a topic like mobiles or smartphones are the in thing nowadays. This is the topic they have given. So how will you tackle this topic? So you can start about what was there previously. In those days, we had to book a trunk call to talk to somebody. There was never a telephone also at home. You had to go to the telegraph office. You had to book a trunk call, and then only you could speak to people. But nowadays, after some time, the telephone was invented by Marconi, and then everyone, very few people started having telephones at home. And then I remember I used to go to my neighbor's house to talk. So then afterwards, with the technology evolvement, now we have mobiles and smartphones. So initial days, there was the dial pad mobile, and now we have the smartphones. So from past, you're coming to present, and then you can even speak about the future. In future, we don't know what will happen during using the AI technology. Nowadays, even in IIT, recently they have given online awards to students where they create the 3D picture of the student coming and receiving the award, though he's somewhere else. So future technology, we don't know what will happen. So like that, you can tackle the topic using past, present, and future. This is the second technique. Then the third one is called cause, effect, and remedy. The third technique is called cause, effect, and remedy. For this, I will just give you an example. Suppose you want to, they give you a topic called global warming or climate change. So what is the cause for global warming? You can say due to pollution, then deforestation, and we are not preserving the ecosystem. So these all could be the causes. And what is the effect of global warming? We have varied temperatures and unseasonal rains, and the temperature also are fluctuating. Nowadays, sometimes we have extreme climate, extreme hot or extreme cold, untimely rains. So these are all the effects. And what could be the remedy? The remedy is to plant more trees, to preserve our ecosystem. So like this, you can tackle this topic. So the third technique we call as cause, effect, and remedy. So whenever a topic is given, you have to decide what technique am I going to use. So when you know these different techniques, and when you start speaking in different platforms, very soon you will get the idea which technique I can use. And also, recently, emotions play a very important role while you talk. Content is only 7%. Your body language, voice modulation, everything matters. So if you speak in the same monotonous tone, everybody will get bored. So you dramatize. Suppose you are saying, I was very happy, I was surprised. So when you voice modulate, people will start showing interest in what you are telling. Otherwise, people will get bored. What is this lady speaking the same thing in the same tone? So there should be some high, there should be some low. You can even dramatize some story when you're telling. So people will have that interest. Hey, she's talking in a loud voice. Why she's talking so low? They will start observing. So have that pitch, have that intonation, everything in your voice. According to Albert Meherbian, he says that 7% is content, 38% is voice modulation, and 55% is body language. So your hand gestures, then your body language, your voice modulation, everything matters. And all this I learned in Toastmasters also. In Toastmasters, they evaluate you. After you give a speech, there is an evaluator who tells you where you went wrong, how you can improve yourself. And many times I used to get the feedback saying that I have to improve on my voice modulation and body language. And I have made some attempt to improve, and I'm improving slowly. Okay. Then the fourth technique we call as the 5W technique. It is called the 5W technique. Means who, what, where, when, why. So when we use these 5Ws for any impromptu topic that you get, for example, you are invited to give a speech in a function. So why are you invited there? What is the importance of the function? Who invited you? What is the significance of the function? And then why have so many people gathered for the function? So you have to elaborate that. What is the significance of the function? Suppose Ajay is completing 1 year of his speaking course today, and he has invited me as a guest. Imagine. So I will say Ajay has this 1 year, he has collected a lot of people and he has given them a platform to improve their spoken English skills. And over these years, many people have gained confidence by speaking English fluently. And what is the purpose of Ajay's speaking spoken English course? It is to help people to gain confidence, to learn from others, and also to improve their spoken English skills. So like that, I can speak on the why, who, and the purpose of why I'm invited to this function. With that itself, you can stretch the topic for 2 minutes if you're given an impromptu topic. So this 5Ws you can use: why, who, and then what, where, and when. You can just elaborate on that. And the last technique, I call it as the storytelling technique. So storytelling is a very great technique which will connect you with the audience. So any story you have in your daily life, you have to start making your own story bank. What you can do is one story, you can keep the same story for 3 topics also. I'll just give you a small example. Do not judge a book by its cover. This is the topic. Another topic is Shankranti, and another one is the sweet that I made. So these are the three topics. For all these three topics, I'm going to tell you one story. So what you can topics and have lot of stories. So what is this story here? There was a neighbor opposite to my house, an uncle and an aunt. It was almost a year since I had moved into this new apartment. And that uncle and aunt always were very stern. They never used to smile. Whenever I used to smile also, they never replied with a smile. So one day it was Shankranti time, and I thought I will take some sweet pongal. In our custom, we make the sweet pongal on Shankranti day. So I made a sweet pongal and in a bowl and took it to their house. I rang the calling bell, and uncle came and opened the door and he invited me inside. Please come, he said. And I went inside. Auntie also called me and asked me to sit down. And I handed over the sweet pongal to them. Auntie, uncle, happy Shankar. Thank you. What is your name? He asked me. And I introduced myself. And I was surprised to see them talk so nicely. And Auntie also said, yes, we also celebrate Shankranti. Please wait. I will give my sweet pongal, which I made it in my house, she said. And she went inside and returned with some sweets which she had grumpy and they won't talk to me. So all these things I had imagined just by seeing their grim face. But when I went and introduced myself and spoke to them, I felt that they were also very friendly and they were a nice couple. So from that day onwards, I changed my impression not to judge people just by looking at them. So don't judge a book by its cover. So what I did, this story, even if you're given a Shankranti festival, you can use the same story. If you are given the special sweet that I made, for that also you can tell the same story. So create your own story bank and start using stories whenever you are given some topic. Your brain will definitely come to your help. When you start collecting stories, your brain will come to your help. So I just want one of you to try. I will give you a topic. I want one of you to try by telling a story. You can tell, and then I will also follow with my story. Anybody can be a volunteer for this impromptu topic. You have to use a story to speak about this topic. It is only for 1 or 1.5 minutes, not much. So who will be the volunteer? You can raise your hand and then Ajay can unmute them.
If,
Anybody is ready?
if anyone wants
Opportunity
to
knocks
ready,
only once at your door. Yes, Gayatri. Yeah, I can see Gayatri Nath Oti raising his hand.
Okay.
You can.
1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute. I am not able to see. Gayatri ma'am, please turn on your video.
No, Gayatri Nath Oti is a gentleman.
Okay.
Gopal sir also has raised his hand. Maybe I will give him some other topic. I will go with Gayatri Nath first.
Okay. 1 minute.
Yeah, I have unmuted myself.
Yes.
Just a minute.
Your topic is?
Just a minute, sir. 1 minute. Okay, now you can.
Yeah, your topic is service with a smile. Service with a smile.
Okay. So one of my habit is going to run in the morning. After running, I go to gym, and every day I see one woman. She works. She clean our roads, and I always she smiles and I smile back to her, and I can feel that she is not only giving service to us, she is not only helping all of us making the roads clean, she is doing the service with a smile. So I took that habit of that lady, and I incorporated that thing into my daily habit. Whenever I go to run or I go to gym or even into my office, I always try to give a nod or try to give a smile to a stranger. And I learned that thing from someone, and that is one thing I can recollect from this, that we should always service with a smile. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. It was a
Wonderful,
great,
sir. Wonderful.
Thank you.
yeah, it was a great attempt. So let me try the same topic. I remember the other day when I was getting out of the apartment. Usually I book an Ola whenever I want to travel. That day I thought I will try an auto man at the stand. So I went and approached an auto person there and I asked him, how much will he charge me to the nearest mall? And he said, ma'am, I will charge you only 40 rupees. And I said him, I have only 5 minutes work. Can you wait for me and bring me back? He said, why not, ma'am? Definitely I will wait and you need not pay me any waiting charges. I will wait. You can take down my phone number also. So he gave me his phone number. I took his phone number also. He dropped me at the mall and he didn't, I paid him 40 rupees for that. And I took his phone number and he said he will be in that area only and he can call me. So I quickly finished my shopping and I rang him up and he immediately came in a minute and picked me up and dropped me back in my apartment. And when I gave him 50 rupees, he said, no, ma'am, I will take only 40 rupees. And he gave back the 10 rupees with a smile. I was so happy and thrilled to see such people are also there nowadays. And he said, whenever you want, you can call me. I'm always there at your service. So that was really impressive, and service with a smile. And always he gave his pleasant smile also. And that impressed me a lot. So whenever you have such incidents, daily incidents, you just note it down and see how you can connect when you talk. And whenever you tell your personal stories, people are always ready to listen and they want to learn something. And whenever you talk, you give a message at the end because people are listening to you. What are they going to get from that? Always they look for WFM. Whenever you're attending this seminar also, you're spending here half an hour, 40 minutes. You will think, what is in it for me? WFM. Why should I attend this guest speaker? What is she going to teach me anything new? So what is in it for me? I will also see what is in it for me. Why has Ajay called me? How am I going to gain from this? I will look from my point of view and you will look from your point of view. What is in it for me? From Uma ma'am, what am I going to learn? And whenever you are speaking, always you have this SWM, means someone watching me syndrome. So you will be worrying, oh, what if Gopal sir thinks if I'm talking like this, what will he think? What will somebody else think if I make mistakes? So we always think about others. So whenever you go on to the stage, just forget about others. You are the king, you are the queen. Think like that and go and speak bravely. So don't worry about anything. When you are given the platform, you are the king, you are the queen. And when you go away from the platform, think that I don't know anything. That humble nature also should be there when you get down. So once you have that, definitely you can always be a winner. Okay. Now I will give one topic to Gopal sir also, since he had raised his hand. Okay, Gopal sir, your topic is life is like a candle, bring light to others. Life is like a candle, bring light to others.
Life is like a candle, bring
Life,
life
yeah,
to
life is like a candle, bring light to others.
bring light to others.
Ah,
Okay. when we are new, or when we are entering the market. Say, for example, you are entering a college or a school for learning a skill. So initially you are blank. You do not know what will happen in the class. So when I went first time in the college, I did not know what will be the syllabus, or what will be the outcome, or when I finish that topic, or when I finish that course, what will be the outcome. Once I entered, slowly and slowly, regular basis, they were teaching, and whatever was taught, that was implemented in the life. Then I started learning, and when I started learning, I became confident, and that confidence made me to teach others. So you should be lifelong learners. So LLL. So you should learn, you should teach, and you should experiment. You should make use of the benefits which you are deriving out of that topic which you have learned in updating that skills. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I wish you could have added this candle and bringing light also to that anecdote, whatever you said. So over the days,
Yeah.
you have become like a candle. You are spreading light to others through your digital marketing, your financial skills. You can add that also. So that would have added more glamour to your speech. Wonderful, sir. Ajay, you wanted to tell something?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, when you provide this topic is really very wonderful topic and very emotional. That's why I wanted to share something with that topic within 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure.
And you tell that life is like a candle and light to others. I remember about my mom, actually. I can say about my mom. When I was childhood, at the time, I didn't want to study. I always want to play at the time. But my mom was that person who just held my hand very tightly. My mom was class 5th class, but my mom held my hand very tightly and beat me a lot and tried to teach me with her small teaching. But today, I am here. I am able to communicate with all over the world because of my mom only. Still now, my mom is burning like a candle, serving to us, to family, and lighted in my life. So my mom is the best example, and my parents, my father also, the best example from the childhood, from the beginning. They are just burning themselves to light us. And I think this topic is related to this emotion. That's why I wanted to share.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajay. We resonate with you. Definitely, our parents sacrifice a lot for our sake, and we are what we are today is only because of them. So I can resonate with what you say, and regards to your parents for having got
Yes,
such a wonderful son. May God bless you. So I also remember APJ Kalam's quote, if you really want to look handsome, give your hand to some. If you really want to look handsome, give your hand to some. Anybody wants to speak on this topic? If you really want to look handsome, give your
Stanjan ma'am,
hand to some.
Stanjan ma'am or Bala sir, please try once. Are you ready? Anyone? Ma'am,
You can
unmute
try.
yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, can you repeat the hello, ma'am? Can you repeat the topic, please? I will
Yeah.
try my best.
If you really want to look handsome, means smart, give your hand to some.
Okay.
Means you help others. That's what it means. So if you want to look handsome, give your hand to some.
Okay.
Did you understand the topic?
No, I didn't get the topic. If you
Handsome
really
means smart.
Handsome. Okay.
If you really want to look handsome, handsome means smart. If you really
Okay.
want to look handsome, give your hand to some. Means I have just split that word, hand and some. Give your hand to some means give your hand to somebody. Help
Okay.
somebody. That's what it means. You can take it in both ways. This is
Okay.
APJ Abdul Kalam's quote. He says
Okay.
that handsome or smartness is not got by our appearance or dress. It is
Oh,
Physical
in the
appearance.
deeds what you do, what action you do to make others grow, or how you help others. That's what
Yeah,
it means.
yesterday, a few days back, we had a session about the adjective topic, like which one is more beautiful, looks or the I mean the internal beauty, which one is more I think more important. So I think if really we want to look handsome, then I think future appearance is not that much important. If we can show our inner beauty by helping someone, by not creating some like as Ajay do. Ajay is creating a very beautiful environment to give us the opportunity to speak ourselves and shine ourselves, which is what I think. And I think from that point of view, if whether we are someone is handsome or not, but if we did something better and we can understand other, we have the feeling of empathy, and we get the opportunity to polish ourselves, then I think we can spread the light and we looks more beautiful and we looks more handsome, which is what I got from the topic.
Yeah,
Thank
wonderful attempt.
Thank you.
Stanson, ma'am, keep it up.
Thank
Ma'am,
you.
ma'am, please, it's my request actually. I wanted to hear on the same topic from Bala sir also, because always Bala sir speak in my session, he just adds something new. So please, it's a request to
Okay.
you, ma'am, if you give a chance.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
I still remember a day when I was sitting at a railway station with my wife, and I was just waiting for my train to reach there. And it was a rainy season there, and it was almost 7 o'clock in the evening. And at that point of time, I have seen a very old person carrying lots of luggage with him, and nobody was there to help him out. So he was literally facing a lot of issues there to carry the luggage, but nobody was there to help him out. And I have saw a number of people just sitting near to him, wearing a lot of new, having good etiquette. They were looking like having good etiquettes, wearing nice dresses and all, and looking like a very educated person. But when it comes to helping out that old person, nobody was coming out to help him out. And there I saw my wife who was telling me to immediately go there and extend hands to him so that I can help him out in carrying the luggage. So with the help of my wife and me, we took that luggage from that old man, and we immediately brought him out, and we booked a cab for him, and we made it sure that he reached his home safely, and we gave our number to them. So this incident reminded me of the topic which I have said, ki just by having good looks or having good smart looks doesn't matter. Until unless we don't extend our hands, we won't become smart. So that's from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Bala sir,
Thank
for
you.
that wonderful story. So many times we depend only on appearances. There is one story of Gaur Gopal Das also, where he says a rich man, he was a poet actually, and he was invited to a grand gala function, and he goes there in simple clothes. And even that person who invited him doesn't look at him also. He pretends as if he is not looking at him. And this poet is feeling very ashamed. What is this? Nobody is giving attention to me. They are just looking at rich dresses, and people are giving more importance to the appearance. So what he did, he immediately left the place, went to a nearby shop, purchased a costly suit. He dressed himself very well, and he came to the function. And immediately the rich man who had invited this poet immediately came and shook hands with him, introduced him to everyone, and took him to the hall where they were dining. And he himself served food to him. And as they were having the food, this person, he took the soup and he poured it in his coat. And he took the food also and he started serving the dress which he was wearing. And then the rich man was asking him, "What is this? What are you doing? Instead of eating, why are you feeding your dress?" He said, "It is my dress which has given me the importance here. And that is why I thought I should feed my dress, because I was not valued here." And then the rich man realized his mistake and he asked forgiveness. So from this, we come to know that many people, they give value to appearances and they don't look at the internal value or intentions which you have. So appearances are often deceptive. Don't judge a book by its cover. So with this, I conclude whatever I wanted to say. English or communication is a vast topic. You can go on speaking. I thought I will now reply to your questions if you have any. So I will just hand it over to the audience in case you want to ask me anything. I'm there to help you.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to share something here, that it's really a wonderful session for me, and I learned a lot of new things, especially those things that flip technique and past, present, future, cause effect remedy, 5W. These techniques not only will help me at the time of my speaking, it will help me at the time of writing also, which I understood. And storytelling, service with a smile, service with a smile. It's a very good thing. Actually, I learned a lot of new things. So thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session, for attending here and sharing those wonderful ideas. Thank you. And if anyone have any question, you can ask to Uma, ma'am. Okay. And you want to share your feelings about the session, you can ask. I will unmute everyone. And before that, you please turn on your camera, everyone. I will take a picture first, then I will unmute everyone and you can ask the question. Please, everyone. It's honest request to you. It's my honest request. Arvind sir, Narendra sir, Rimi ma'am, Manish sir, please turn on the video. Sunil sir. Thank you, Sunil sir, for joining again. I recognized you, sir. You are the friend of Gopal sir. Am I right? Okay.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, I just unmute everyone. Just a minute. Okay, now you can unmute yourself and you can ask any question.
I'll start.
Good evening, Lucky sir. Okay.
So can I start, Ajay sir?
Yes. You can ask any question also, or you can share your feelings about the Uma session also.
Before, same thing, my topic was also like candle showing light to others. And in the beginning, I was thinking what will be the topic of discussion. We didn't know that what is going to be the agenda of the day. But as the things unfolded, you have given everything, in a small session of this 1 hour. So much of information has been given. वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं गागर में सागर भर देने वाली बात. So lot of learnings. I was not expecting so much. I only gave that link to Sunil Sharma ji. He came to my house and he said, yesterday we met and he said, what is happening to these English classes? So I said, tomorrow you come, you will have a wonderful time. You will learn so many things. I think if he's there, he's listening to me. I just now sent the link before the start of the session. And I have really enjoyed. No questions. Whenever there are questions,